Well, there's really nothing better than one offensive lineman talking to another offensive lineman. Listen to this guy. Is that Kyle doing that, or is that Paulie?
Let's go get food.
Oh, that's Paulie doing it. I thought that was Kyle for a second. Oh, yeah, that actually kind of sounded like Kyle. He's the right guard for the Chicago Bears. He's a Pro Bowler. He's very, very good. You know what he is? He's the best offensive lineman in the NFL that was a left-handed pitcher at Florida State that started 4 college football games. Best offensive lineman in the NFL that was a left-handed pitcher at Florida State that started 4 games of college football. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, Ross? Been a while.
Yeah, man. How's it going?
It's going well. I'm out here obviously for the draft with, the Courtyard's got me out here, meeting a bunch of people and doing the whole NFL draft experience out here. And, it's always good to call in and talk some football with you.
Would you be referring to Courtyard by Marriott, the official hotel of the NFL, which yesterday kicked off their Draft Town experience?
Yeah, absolutely would be.
Wow, okay, cool.
So I live like 45 minutes north of the city, almost 2.5 hours if you take into account this weekend's shenanigans downtown. So, as you know, always traveling and being on the road, Courtyard's done a great job. They put me up last night, and I was in the city. I don't get to spend a lot of time downtown, and got a great night's sleep. They got the little Ben and Jerry's station downstairs.
Yes,
I felt right at home.
I get I like their breakfasts and the smoothies. I get smoothies at their breakfast.
Smoothies. I got to try the smoothies. I think I'll have to give that a shot.
Hey, are you a guy that has to work to keep the weight on or work to keep it off? Or neither? Or neither?
Well, I've got these glazed and infused donuts in front of me right now, so I'd say I went up about 5 pounds in the last 24 hours. The city food is pretty good.
How surprised were you when the rumors came out last night that the Bears were trying to trade for Mariota, your former teammate at Oregon?
I've heard so much. I heard I was playing tackle from every fan in the audience yesterday, so I've heard about everything. So until the picks come through and you actually see what happens, there's so many rumors, especially with the draft, and just excited to have everybody intact and looking forward to having Jay reinvent himself in this offense and giving Chicago something to smile about this year.
Does that mean you're not buying that your squad was trying to get Mariota?
I mean, I don't buy it. Jay's our guy. We've all been on the same page with that for a while now.
What do you think Cutler felt like? If Cutler thinks it's true, or Cutler heard, obviously you go back to Denver, and Cutler wasn't really happy when he heard that the Broncos were trying to trade for Matt Castle. Do you think that John Fox needs some damage control here, or do you think Cutler will be all right?
To be honest, Cutler doesn't have social media, and he was probably watching Little Einsteins yesterday with his kids. So I'm not quite sure if Jay even heard the rumors. But, who knows? Jay's a shark, so Jay will be able to come into work and keep kicking butt as he always does.
What's Little Einsteins? I'm all about Daniel the Tiger and Curious George. What's Little Einsteins?
Little Einsteins, man, it's one of those shows with a catchy intro song, and it's what all the kids are talking about these days.
Wow, I might have to get on that. I maybe a little Sesame Street, but I'm Team Curious George, Team Daniel Tiger. As we talk with Bears O lineman Kyle Long, you can follow him on Twitter. It's at Kyle Long, except he's crazy creative. He turned the L into a 1. So at Kyle Long, the first L.
There was another Kyle Long out there.
I know. There was another Ross Tucker, imposter, so I have to be Ross Tucker NFL. But at Kyle Long, K-Y, then the 1-E Long. Hey, you were teammates with Mariota. What are the Titans getting in him?
I think they're getting as I've said for a while now, Marcus has been a pro since the day I met him, and it was his, redshirt freshman year, whatever it was. He's been about his business. He goes about it the right way. He's a team guy. He's a team-first guy. But obviously, you add on top of that the immense talent he has as a quarterback, as an athlete, and as a person in the locker room. I feel like they're getting the total package there in Nashville.
Is he a leader?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a leader. He's a guy that's not going to be yapping the whole day, but when he talks, everybody kind of turns around in the meeting room and hears what he has to say, and we hold his words in high regard.
Sometimes when I hear him talk, I almost wonder if he's too nice. Is he too nice?
There's been some nice guys that have done extremely well in the NFL. You think Russell Wilson's a mean guy?
No, but he's a little. Yeah, I guess you're right. But Russell Wilson's a little bit.
Russell Wilson is one of the nicest, cordial people that you ever meet, and he will rip your heart out on a football field.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I can see that. Hey, how is the Chicago experience going with the draft down there? People loving it?
You know, I really feel like Chicago has made its case this weekend. It will continue to throughout the weekend. To have the draft back here. Always, it's the center of the country. It's everybody wants to get out here. Everybody wants to support their team. But there's a ton of Bears fans out here, and there's a ton of all kinds of fans, NFL fans, people just interested to be part of the shenanigans down here.
Well, Kyle, really appreciate the time, man. Only needed a couple minutes from you. Courtyard by Marriott, the official hotel of the NFL. So you're just hanging out in courtyards and going on radio stations all weekend?
Yeah, just doing the media tour, man. You know how it goes, Ross. You're a hard-working man as well. So they give me a comfortable bed, and they put me up for the night, so it's been a good gig.
Hey, I forget, you got hurt in the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah, I had some fingers got separated from where they were supposed to be.
What does that mean, fingers get separated?
Well,
did you break, dislocated, broken?
When you try to block Calais Campbell and you're a human being, because he's not a human being, something happens. When you try to put your hand on him, your fingers don't really agree with what you're doing, and sometimes they can snap back into weird spots. And
well, I saw you the next day, and your hand was all swollen. Did you break it?
No, I separated my pointer, my middle, and my ring finger on my left hand. They were laying across the top of my hand.
What do you mean a separated finger? I've never heard of a separated. You either dislocate it or you break it. What do you mean you separated it?
There you go. I dislocated it.
Oh, it dislocated it? So what do you mean they were laying on your hand?
I didn't know that. You're Ross. You're also a doctor now.
No. You might be right. You might be able to separate your. I just never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
Dislocated. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. I dislocated my fingers.
Dislocated. Got it. And what did it look like? Because all the Danettes want to know what it looked like. They're all like giddy schoolgirls over there.
It was like when you blow up one of those medical gloves, and there's it's like a balloon with fingers on it. That's kind of what it looked like.
Hey, is there any part of you that looks at that and is like, why do I want to play in the Pro Bowl again? Why do I want to get all my fingers busted up again for very little?
I don't want to play in the Pro Bowl again because I want to be in the Super Bowl.
Good answer.
But I love the opportunity to play against the guys that you don't get to play against during the year. When you're lining up across a guy like J.J. Watt, Kyle Williams, Dontari Poe, there's so many tremendous athletes and football players out there. To get the opportunity to play against those guys is really special, and spend time with the guys throughout the week.
Kyle, you're the man. Appreciate the time. Enjoy the weekend.
Thanks, Ross. Take it easy.